Right then, championship predictions for the last game week of the season, game week 46. I have my notes. I'm all prepared for this one. But obviously, first things first, I'm just going to move over here and we're going to have the table right here. We've got Leeds top, followed by Burnley, then Sheffield United, Sunderland, Bristol City, Coventry City, Millwall, Blackburn Rovers, Middlesbrough, West Brom, Swansea, Sheffield Wednesday, Watford, Norwich, QPR, Portsmouth, Oxford, Stoke, Derby, Preston, Luton, Hull, Plymouth Argyle and Cardiff City bottom relegated. So I move back over now. I don't really know if I read all of them right, because we're reeling them off quickly. So obviously, I think I said Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, but if I didn't, just shut up. We're going to jump straight into this. Obviously, we know what's at stake here as well. I've said we're going to jump into it, but we're just going to quickly cover this. Playoffs are at stake and relegation is at stake. So you've got Bristol City, Coventry City, Millwall, Blackburn Rovers and Middlesbrough fighting for place number 5 and 6. And for relegation, Plymouth Argyle pretty much already confirmed. It's the goal difference that's keeping them in the talk at the minute, but we'll just might as well tell them that they're done. So it's between Hull, Luton, Preston North End, Derby and Stoke. So that's what's at stake before we get into this. Now let's jump into the madness. They're all 12:30 kickoffs. They're all being televised on Sky Sports. If you want to watch any of them, I will be watching Leeds, obviously. Although there is some good ones if you're a neutral. So let's find out what I think is going to happen. We're going to start off with Bristol City and Preston North End. Now, before I do give Bristol City the flowers, they were shocking on Monday night against Leeds. Leeds dominated the game for the full 90 minutes pretty much, and Bristol City did not look like a top 5 side. However, they are. I think there was some lucky on the night. It is a big occasion, especially when push comes to shove and you're going against the best team in the league. You might bottle it, especially at home. Only Burnley have beaten them at Ellen Road, so I didn't expect too much from them, to be honest. But either way, they're going to beat Preston North End because they are worse. Preston North End, since the FA Cup, have fallen massively. I think they've drawn 1 in 5. The rest are losses, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just going to check that. Is that fact? It is. They have lost to Plymouth, Hull, QPR and Leeds, and the last game that they drew was Cardiff City 5 games ago. So not great. A lot of bottom sides there, and then Leeds as well in the mix. But yeah, we'll go with the Bristol City win. We'll go 3-0, which does put Preston North End in a position where they might be able to go down, and it also confirms Bristol. That's it. I don't know if I've done that right. Puts Preston in the situation where they might go down, puts Bristol confirmed into the playoffs. Next we've got Burnley Millwall. Burnley pushing for 100 points to either overtake or join Leeds on 100, which will be the first time ever in a championship season where 2 teams have finished joint on 100 points. Little fun fact. But Millwall pushing for playoffs. However, it's an unfortunate last game for that to be the case. Burnley are looking for 100 points and they will get it. It's unfortunate, Millwall. Good run. Hopefully you can get there next season. But for me, it's going to be the Burnley 2-1 win. Brownhill probably score. He's a really good player. Next, we've got Coventry City and Middlesbrough, a playoff scrap. What have I written about this? I've just said that Borough are going to bottle it, and that's what I personally think. They've still got a few of those injuries knocking about. Coventry have a couple themselves, but they've been managed really well. So I think Coventry might just edge this one with a little 2-0 win. Could be 2-1 though, but I'm going to go with 2-0 because Middlesbrough don't really have too much attacking threat after the departure of Latela. They don't really score too much. Well, they haven't been anyways, so it's unfortunate they're going to miss out, and Coventry are going to secure that second playoff space. Derby County and Stoke City, a relegation scrap, although I do think that they will both probably be safe because we'll get onto the team that I think are going to go down later. For me, Derby win this one though because they are the better side and they're being managed under Eustace, who was obviously a top-class manager, really good championship manager. Could have probably guided Blackburn Rovers to the playoffs in like 4th. They could have probably overtaken Sunderland if he'd have stayed there. That's what I think anyways. He's turned 2 groups of terrible players into decent things, to be fair. Not that Derby have been terrible, but they were in that relegation scrap for a long time, pretty much most of the season, and he's managed to turn them into winners more recently. And that Blackburn side has pretty much fallen apart without him, so it proves the effect that he had on them. So he's going to carry Derby here into a 3-2 win. They're both going to be trying, and they've both got a few goals in them. Stoke more recently, turning up to games. That's what the word I was looking for. I had them going down, but they've rescued it quite nicely, to be fair. Congratulations to Stoke and Derby. Derby for the win and Stoke for losing, yes, staying up. Norwich City and Cardiff City. Both of these cities are absolutely terrible. They've had really bad seasons. Norwich foot completely off the gas in the second half of the season, and Cardiff, as we know, already relegated at the bottom of the league, which is not somewhere we'd expect Cardiff. I've said for a long time that they would rise back out, and they just voice crack. They just haven't. They've not been where they needed to be at all, and because of that, they are down. So Norwich probably get a 2-0 win here. I mean, Cardiff might want to go out on a high note, but you can't really have any high note after you've bottled it so hard like that. Which is unfortunate because they are a good side, but I think they're going to catch a League One trap like Barnsley and Bolton and them lot and just get stuck in League One. Plymouth, Argyle and Leeds. Now, this is my game of choice for the fun Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to watch any League 1, League 2, maybe Bradford, see how they get on. But for me, Leeds want the 100 points like Burnley do. Plymouth effectively relegated. They can't score 14 goals. That's what they need to do to stay up. Score 14 or at least score 7, and whoever is just safe to concede 7. It's not happening, is it? So I think Leeds they'll be dominant so that the fans can enjoy the last game in the EFL Championship for hopefully quite a while. At least more than a year, please. I have faith in Daniel Farke and his side, unlike some Leeds fans. But I don't think Plymouth Argyle are going to go down without a fight, as they've shown so many times in the second half of the season, which is why I don't think Leeds walk away with a clean sheet. However, I have predicted a 4-1 result. Leeds United to win that, obviously. But that would mean Burnley and Leeds both have 100 points. So congratulations to both teams. One for the history books as well. And sorry, Plymouth, condolences on your relegation. I've backed you all season, really. I've wanted you to do well. And when push has come to shove, it's just been literally a game too late, unfortunately. Right, Portsmouth and Hull. This is the side that I think are going down, Hull City, which is unfortunate for them because they've had promising moments away, but at home they haven't been good. Obviously they're away here, but this is Portsmouth we're talking about, which have a lot of attacking threat, especially recently. If I just go on to their fixtures, they've scored 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9 goals in their past 5 games, whereas Hull have scored 3. So if you take that on a ratio, it's 3-1, and that's the score I've gone with as well. Portsmouth 1, Hull City. Did I say that? Portsmouth 3, Hull City 1. There we go. My tongue is all over the place. So sorry, Hull, but I think you're going down. They could be another one that fall for the League One trap. Especially with teams like Birmingham, Wrexham coming up. I don't know who's going to go down next, but I don't have them two going down next season. We'll talk about that in a later video, though. We've got Sheffield United and Blackburn Rovers next. Obviously, the Blunts have... they've not had a terrible season, obviously. If you give them the 2 points that they got deducted, it's 90 plus, and they're still crossing 90 here. Let me just check that I'm not lying. Yeah, they're on 89, so they'll be on 91. So they could have got to 94, but they're going to get to 92 instead, which isn't bad because I think they'll beat Blackburn. As I said, with Eustace not being there anymore, they don't look too good. However, more recently in the past 4 wins, but are they going to beat the likes of Sheffield United? I don't think that they will. For me, the standout in their past 5 is Blackburn, Rovers 4, Millwall 1. I think that's a really good game. And also they beat Sunderland, but a lot of teams have done that recently, so we won't look too much into that. We'll speak about Sunderland's situation. I believe that's next. Yeah, it is. But for me, I think Sheffield United finished the season on at least 90 points, and Blackburn Rovers can hopefully keep this little run of form that they're creating now. It's taken the manager a while, but hopefully next season this can be turned into what it was like at the start of this season, where they were top for quite a while. I don't think they lost until like game week 8 or something. So yeah, moving on to Sunderland and QPR. Sunderland's last chance for a win. I've been telling them for weeks, if you don't have good form going into playoffs, you will not get promoted. They've not listened. They have not listened at all. This is the last chance to create even the tiniest little bit of form. Even this will not be enough though. 4 losses on the bounce and a draw. For me, they might make it to Wembley, but I don't see them lifting the trophy and getting promoted. But I still think they win this one 1-0. That's how little I think of Sunderland at the minute. I think they will struggle to beat QPR. So sorry to Sunderland. Also sorry QPR for getting thumped by most teams apart from Leeds. So credit where it's due. You bogey team, you've done well, but against other teams not so much. Swansea and Oxford. Now this is a little animal scrap. We've got the Swans and the Oxes. Not really much to say about this. It's a bit of a nothing game at this stage. Same as the next one coming up. Not really much to comment on. So I'm just going to say that Swansea win this one 2-1, and I'm going to leave it there, really. Well done, Oxford, for staying up. You've done well. Pretty impressive. Some of the games. We'll go into who's probably had, like, the underdog season. I might do that in a video at some point. I've got a few ideas floating around. But yeah, that's about it for that one. Moving on to the other nothing game, Watford and Sheffield Wednesday. Now, unless you are a fan of one of those 4 clubs, and Sunderland QPR, really, I don't think you'll be watching any of those games. For me, the games that you want to be watching, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. You want to be watching Bristol City, Burnley, Coventry, Derby, even Plymouth Leeds. I don't really think you want to watch that. Obviously, I will, though, but... And then there's Portsmouth Hull, and then West Brom Luton. They're like all the rest of them don't really matter. They're a bit boring. I suppose Leeds for the title, lifting the title. There we go. Got it out in the end. They will be lifting the title. Sorry, Burnley, but that's the only reason I've watched Leeds, and that spawned for a reason. But anyways, Watford and Sheffield Wednesday. I'm not going to talk about this one in too much detail anyway, so don't miss out. It's another boring game. We'll go with a 2-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday though. And last but not least, West Brom and Luton. We just need to talk about how bad West Brom have been this season. They have had no consistency whatsoever. And even with the transfers in January, they still failed to look impressive. I'm just going to click on West Brom's form, like for a long while. Fixtures. Oh, it's awkward on here. They had a little drawing stint. They've been good at drawing all season, but if you look at like the whole season on a whole, it has been poor from them, to be honest. So for me, nothing too impressive there. A lot of work needs to be done over at the Hawthorns. But Luton Town are going to walk away with a win here to secure their place. And it's already secured anyway, but they might as well go up with a 2-0 win. Good job, Luton. Hopefully you can get back to some form of decent success in the near future. This season's been a blimp. And when you see my championship predictions that I had at the start of the season, Luton, you let me down, man. I had them in the automatics. Oh, we won't talk about that. But so to recap all of that, the important things to take away is Plymouth and Hull go down, and Bristol City and Coventry make the playoffs. We might do one covering the playoffs. What I think is going to happen, I'll just do them all in one go, and they'll probably edge poorly straight from the bat. But that is part of the game. So it's been a good season, especially for me personally. There were a couple scares there for Leeds, but 4 losses and 2 for Burnley. Really good teams there going up. Can't argue with it at all. So 64 goal difference as well from Leeds. 93. If we can score 7, we scored 100 goals in a season. I'm sure Plymouth want to be the one to score 7 goals though. However, doesn't matter. So I've enjoyed this season. I hope you have too. Let me know what you think is going to happen in this last fixture of the season for all of these great teams. People have been calling it a bit of a boring season, but I've had fun personally. Of course you have, you're a Leeds fan, but there's been some good games throughout the season. I like it when it's a bit more up in the air. Like Leeds and Burnley and Sheffield United have run away with it, and Sunderland at one point. But when you've got all this relegation battle and playoff battles going off, it's really interesting. And I don't know why people fail to see that. Anyways, I've been rambling for far too long. No one's watching anymore, so I hope you enjoyed. If we can get to 35 subscribers, I'd appreciate it. But obviously, you don't have to do that at all. I just have fun making these videos. So I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.